What's up guys, welcome to AnimeKouhai. If you'd like to help me out, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel.
The seal on his species was broken, and he ascended to the status of a demon peer. Although this newfound power was still less than 10% of what he possessed in the underworld, in the surface world, he stood unrivaled in strength. This led him to contemplate the possibility of gathering an even larger number of souls. He had the perfect candidate in mind for his experiment, the man who had incessantly requested petty favors from him before. It was time to repay him in kind. Returning to the original city, he selectively eliminated anyone who crossed his path, avoiding mass destruction magic to ensure his target remained unharmed. The screams and wails of the soon-to-be dead resonated with him, etching themselves into his soul. "Gi-ya," they screamed. In that moment, a thought struck him. Yes, this may be the perfect catalyst for my name. The transformation was profound. He adopted the name Gi and underwent further evolution, ascending to the rank of a devil lord and regaining the full power he had once possessed in the underworld. The souls he acquired bolstered his strength, filling his greatly expanded vessel to the brim, and his magicule count was restored to its former glory. However, the transformation reached its culmination there. With no further purpose to fulfill, Gi saw no reason to continue his work. He summoned the two demons who served him, issuing his orders. Now that he had awakened as a devil lord and established a name for himself, his generosity grew. He even wiped the memory of the insignificant wizard from his mind, deeming him unworthy of further torment.
"No, how did you manage to break free from my secret restraint?"
Gi paid no attention to the fool who wailed in his presence. It turned out to be a stroke of luck for the wizard, who failed to recognize the reprieve before the demons swiftly dispatched him. On that day, several tens of millennia ago, the largest and most powerful nation in human history was born, putting an end to the divisions among the race once and for all. It seemed so simple. The two demons Gi summoned also regressed to the status of archdemons. Such was the nature of the world's rules. In the transition from the underworld to the demi-material realm, they both lost a significant portion of their power. While it was relatively easy for spiritual lifeforms to traverse between worlds, in this realm, their mere survival consumed a substantial amount of energy. They required physical bodies to become permanent residents of this world and undergo evolution. Recognizing this, Gi patiently awaited the transformation of his servants. However, to his surprise, no matter how many human souls they gathered, they remained unchanged. In response, he generously granted them two corpses, allowing them the privilege of attaining physical forms. This act exemplified Gi's benevolent mood. The two demons in question were Vert and Blue, who now assumed the appearances of beautiful women. As Gi observed them kneeling before him, he contemplated their situation. If they were incapable of growing any stronger, he pondered whether providing them with physical bodies was truly worthwhile. While he could assign them menial tasks, he perceived their power as insufficient. Thus, in his magnanimity, he bestowed names upon them. Recalling how receiving a name had caused his own evolution, he believed the same process could be repeated for this pair.
"I shall give both of you names. It is beneath my pride to allow those who serve me to remain so weak."
With this declaration, Gi initiated the naming process. For Vert, he chose the name Misery, inspired by the misery expressed through the pained wailing of the oppressed. For Blue, he bestowed the name Rain, symbolizing the rain that fell on that very day. Just as Gi anticipated, both Misery and Rain evolved into demon peers. This marked the beginning of the first day when Gi and his servants left their indelible mark on human history. As time passed, the days grew rather monotonous, albeit amusing. Gi roamed the world, reveling in whatever encounters he stumbled upon. Although challenges and difficulties presented themselves, they did not faze him. Misery and Rain remained his constant companions, always involved in his affairs.
"You do realize that you are free to live your own lives, don't you?"
He frequently reminded them. Yet, their responses remained unchanged.
"No, our duty is to be of service to you."
"Exactly. You are our king. We are your loyal subjects. This is an eternal and unwavering truth."
And so, the trio continued their journey. Simultaneously, Misery and Rain summoned their own tribes, clandestinely expanding their spheres of influence to provide Gi, their ruler, with abundant wealth and entertainment from all corners of the world. In contrast to life in the underworld, which revolved solely around battle and the cultivation of their soul's strength, the surface world offered a plethora of captivating activities. Nothing remained stagnant. Everything was in a state of constant growth. Cuisine, music, theater, dance, art, and countless other pursuits, Gi and his servants found endless delight in them. Amidst a festival held by a minority clan in a small settlement, Guy enthusiastically joined a dance, exclaiming,
Hey, this is pretty fun, too, isn't it?
It was a rare sight to see him smile, and it filled Misery and Rain with sheer delight.
How marvelous. I had initially underestimated the frail and useless nature of humans, but they do possess their own value, don't they?
Everything in this world belongs to Lord Guy, and a tool only holds significance when fully utilized.
Misery and Rain reaffirmed their belief. To ensure Guy's continued happiness, they absorbed a wealth of knowledge during their travels. Their experiences permeated their culinary skills, cleaning techniques, musical talents, dance forms, and more, solidifying their roles as versatile maids and allowing them to further grow and develop. In the underworld, the weak were mercilessly discarded. Non-demons were exterminated, and only those deemed useful as slaves were put to work. However, in this world, even the weak possessed value. Once they realized this, it seemed wasteful to destroy such a realm.
Humans are truly adorable creatures.
Guy remarked.
Foolish, yes, but I could never bring myself to hate them.
While some humans displayed foolishness, others were truly wondrous. The demons found beauty in their more positive emotions, relishing in the sight. The stark contrast between the extremes led Guy to contemplate whether labeling them all as humans was too simplistic. Guy exhibited great kindness towards humans. If a fearsome magical beast threatened countryside settlements, he would eradicate it. When evil mysticists, rumored to be survivors from the Supreme Magic Empire, emerged, he swiftly dealt with them. His heroic deeds were celebrated and passed down through generations, gradually transforming into myth and legend. And then, he encountered him, the creator of the world, its supreme master and most powerful presence. While Guy savored the tranquility of these calm days, his senses remained sharpened, attuned to any potential disturbances. Hence, his realization struck him. The figure standing before him was none other than Veldanava, the Star King Dragon, the creator.
If you truly are a god, you bastard, then demonstrate your power to me.
Guy fearlessly laughed at him, asserting his belief in his own unrivaled strength as he taunted Veldanava. The outcome was far from what he expected. Guy failed to land even a single blow before being ruthlessly slammed into the ground. In that moment, the pride he held as the undefeated champion of the world shattered into countless fragments. As per the rule that defeat meant servitude, Guy should have become Veldanava's slave. However, despite the broken state of his pride, he refused to accept such a fate.
Do as you wish and kill me. I am content with that. Now I understand that in life, there will always be someone superior to you. This totem pole of strength knows no bounds, and I too must exist within this unyielding law. O great being, I take genuine pride in my defeat at your hands.
Guy declared, his tone almost triumphant. Yet, Veldanava simply laughed in response.
Little man, I cherish all that I have created. This world was once dull, but now it flourishes with increasing abundance. Intelligent beings inhabit it, evolving to the point where they can communicate with me. And now there are mighty individuals like you, strong enough to withstand a confrontation with me.
Ha! You call that withstanding? I couldn't even touch you, and with a single strike, you did this to me.
But you endured it, didn't you? Countless people would never dare to challenge me, yet you did. That alone brings me great happiness.
Fine. Let's leave it at that.
If you would please. Additionally, I have a favor to ask of you.
A sense of contentment now filled Guy's mind, rendering him willing to listen to Veldanava's words.
Yes, what is it?
If the world continues to grow at its current pace, it will likely face destruction within the next few millennia. Humans tend to get carried away with their mistakes, you see. Sometimes, true justice lies not in doing what is right, but in committing acts that can save the world. They are flawed, and that is precisely why they are so endearing. I do not wish to witness their demise.
Veldanava implored Guy to aid in preventing the world's destruction. This request triggered memories of the Supreme Magic Empire, a nation consumed by a lust for power and authority that drove them to wage war against their own kind, which Guy had dismantled.
I understand. Yes, that was truly terrible. If I had allowed that nation to survive, they might have brought about the world's destruction long ago.
Guy was certain of it. However, one question still lingered.
Your prediction aligns with my own, but something doesn't add up.
What is it?
Aren't you the creator? As the God who created us, shouldn't you be able to guide the world as you please? Why do you need to seek assistance from someone like me?
Well, that's because I'm not all-powerful. When I came into existence, there was nothing but my will. It was whole and complete, without any missing pieces, an impeccable existence where everything was interconnected. I was the sole entity in the world. Doesn't that sound boring to you?
Guy comprehended the reasoning behind Veldanava's actions. It took someone like Guy to truly understand. Veldanava had intentionally relinquished his own omnipotence.
I suppose so. It would be the most tedious existence if he could foresee everything that would unfold.
Guy mused. Based on his own experiences, he knew that engaging only in battles he knew he would win became tiresome over time. In the underworld, everyone, except for one individual, feared Guy. It had been countless eons since any other demon posed a challenge to him. Yet, even he proved to be no match for Veldanava. Guy could grasp why the creator had discarded his omnipotence.
Yes. I don't despise this world either. I will assist you.
Guy declared firmly. He didn't hesitate for a moment. Guy genuinely liked this world, and regardless of whether he was now a slave or not, he sincerely desired to lend a hand. Veldanava nodded with delight.
Thank you. You shall become an arbitrator, my representative. I want you to watch over the world on my behalf.
Huh? Your representative? Are you not going to command me?
Of course not. I mentioned before that I detest imposing my will on others.
I see. So, what should I do then?
Whatever you wish. You can continue wandering the world, or establish a stronghold to rule from. As long as you remind humanity of the ongoing threats to prevent their arrogance, anything is acceptable.
Arrogance. Hearing that word, Guy realized how perfectly suited he was for this role.
Indeed. In that case, I shall reign over humans as a formidable demon lord. If they have an ultimate enemy to confront, they won't have time to bicker amongst themselves.
I like that. I apologize for burdening you with such a challenging task, but thank you for taking it up.
Veldanava expressed.
No problem at all.
Guy replied. At that moment, Guy's mindset underwent a transformation, manifesting as a unique skill known as pride.
As the demon lord of this world, if mankind becomes arrogant, I will pass judgment in your place.
Having his pride shattered only served to deepen it further. Thus, a demon lord possessing powers on par with a god was born. Veldanava smiled.
I'm delighted to hear that. Let us continue our work, as friends.
Yeah, I'm going to have a lot of fun.
Guy responded. Thus, Guy and Veldanava recognized each other as equals, forming a friendship that transcended their social positions. As promised, Guy lived his life as a demon lord.
That's it for this video, guys. Thank you for always watching my videos and supporting my channel. A big thanks to the AnimeKouhai patrons who made this video possible. Havox, Speed Saber, Curtis Loban, Edgar Fuentes, JV, Dirty Old Hobo, Thomas, Jay, Christ, Juan Ignacio, Joshua Cousins, Jose Hernandez, Vetelny. Thank you so much for helping out. I'll see you guys in the next video.